Hi, my name is Abby Martin, and I am excited to talk to you today about smartphones and the ways that they influence us, whether it be conscious or subconsciously. And I believe, for many reasons, that there are lots of different ways that it can influence us for good and for bad. But bottom line is everyone, whether it is for good or bad that our phones are influencing us, should take a break from their smartphone for at least a month periodically. And I would say once a year is the best time to do that habitually. There are lots of different reasons that I believe this, and I strongly believe that it is supported by heavy evidence. One of the best examples is right here. Phones are constantly bumping us with different notifications, alarms, and we can't always control it. And sometimes it pops up. Time magazine article released something that said even if the phone is on a dinner table, it is a negative influence to the family or the people around, whether it's going off or not. It can just make an experience less enjoyable just by having it there. So, to begin, I want to start with a quote by C.S. Lewis where he says that you understand the sleep when you are awake, but not always while you are sleeping. What C.S. Lewis is getting at in this is the more that you're obsessed with something or the more that you're infatuated with something and you're seeing negative effects or you have negative effects, the less you see them. So, in order to understand something, you have to step away from it completely to let it go through your entire body and to really grasp what the effects of it may be, whether they be positive or negative. So, to begin though, I'm going to start, like I said, with my call to action, which is to ditch your phone for a month. And I know that that sounds virtually insane. And to begin, I will say it does require a lot of patience. But in return, you get a new sense of purpose and intentionality. And the best part is you're not ditching your phone forever. You're just recentering. So here I have my old flip phone that I use periodically to reset and recenter my life. And interesting enough, I have gone without a smartphone for a month for several years in a row. And I'm going to tell you why you don't just do it once and you're not just cured of the smartphone dilemma. So, when you do it, you lose essentially touch with a lot of different friends, family members. It's hard to get in touch with people for work. Along with that, though, you lose distractions and you get more intentionality. So, as an example, I went without a phone when one of my best friends was getting married about a year ago. And my best friend was really angry at me because she said that she was going to need lots of advice about the wedding and I wasn't going to be there to give it to her. And that did make me nervous too. And it made me feel like I wasn't a good friend if I wasn't available to her at every single second. But I was committed to this. And so along the way, I decided that I would email her and I would make time to call her. And what this ended up doing is I even was able to send her a lot more of handwritten letters expressing my love to her with more genuality. And we had better discussions when we were talking on the phone because we were so serious about what we had to plan for the wedding that it made my purpose and my, I guess, role as her friend a lot more sweet and pure. And I felt like I was able to convey some of my best thoughts and feelings to her out of love and contribute the best that I had to offer. Instead of texting her all day long or sending her Pinterest things, I was able to save up ideas and then really rule out ones that I actually didn't think were important. And then in return, I ended up not cluttering my friend's busy time. And that's really important. So the credibility of the source, I'm aware, is very important. So you need to know that I have done this several times. I've gotten lots of friends to do it, and I've given my flip phone to people to share. My family members have done it too. And you do it over and over because just like reading your scriptures and saying your prayers every day, it's the small things that really can help it sink in. So if you take time every once in a while to step away from it, you always get that self-assurance and that declutterization that it's hard just to remember and keep that purpose. So just like for church, I study and read my scriptures every single day because I want to make sure that I maintain that intentionality of having a relationship with my peers and being the best disciple of Christ I can. It's the same thing with the phone, is I want to make sure that when I communicate, I do so efficiently and there is a lot of purpose behind my words. And the more I am on my phone, the less intentional or articulate I really am. So, interesting facts about having your phone is it does hurt your memory. Literally, it can take away some of the thoughts or the authentic feelings that you may have, and it really hurts the way that you not only articulate them, but you remember them. And I think about the situations that I've had when I had first gotten a phone and our family. I know that we took a trip to a theme park and I was on my phone, or it was around me, and I was kind of obsessed with thinking about where it was the entire time or what my friends were doing. And it not only, I don't remember as much about the day, but it really like hurt my memory of the day. Like it was just about my phone and it wasn't as blissful as it could have been. So I think your perception also changes a little bit. It does have obviously a lot of very negative effects for your mental health, and I can testify that I have had less severe anxiety, which I struggled with before without using a phone. It does require a lot of patience, but the stress of all the little things going around goes away, and I'm able to do so many more important things like keep better contact with my friends and family, which you wouldn't think, and read my scriptures, do yoga, run, make time for anything, reading, all the things that I used to love that I thought were lost, I'm able to do not only when I lose my phone completely, but when I just leave it for a month and then come back and have that restored intentionality and purpose. So I would urge everyone to try it at least once, and I promise it will really influence your life for the better, and you'll get out of that distracting loop and finally be able to see and understand when you're away from it. Thank you so much.